Yeah, guys, Chad with BAKO'S Custom Lawn, and I'm gonna attempt to repair my little transition piece here. This is a homemade piece, and then it's kind of a long story, but we had one of the little bassinets that roll around on wheels, and the wheels got jacked up, and so we drug it across here and chipped it all up, and now it's time to fix it. So anyway, I'm gonna take a small video of this and see if we can't repair this. And I'm actually going to use some epoxy, trying to get the best view here for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up just like that. I got some of this off of Amazon, and it does wood, does it all. So I'm gonna try, and I don't know if this is gonna match exactly, but it's gonna be pretty close, and it's gonna be way more durable, because in some places this transition piece is it's basically chipped up and it's cracked in some places. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get this mixed up and ready to go. So basically, got my plate here, and I'm gonna do, I got 2 packages. I don't know how far this will go. I already cleaned the surface. So this is 6-minute epoxy. Yeah, it's a pretty handy little deal here too, because you don't have to use it all. You can basically just screw that right back on there, and like this, and then not even use all of it. So that's kind of a cool deal. Normally you gotta use it all. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use it all, because I'm probably I've got quite a bit to do here. So what you want to do is just kind of put this in here like so. And like I said, we're gonna use all of this. And when you do use all of it, you gotta be quick about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss this away. And I don't know if this sponge is gonna work, this sponge deal here, but I'm gonna try it, see how it works. Get this mixed up best I can here. Like I said, you gotta be fairly quick at this. And I may have to put not several, but I imagine I'll have to put a couple of coats of this on. But, so there we go there. Now it's all mixed up. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera over to here. Maybe zoom in just a bit so you guys can see that. It's always hard getting the exact camera spot that you want. So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and get going, because I do have kind of a limited amount of time here to get this on. Trying not to get it on my fingers or on anything else. This is actually a pretty dang close match for this. So not too bad. And it's going to be inevitable that I get some on something that I don't want it to be on. It's a little more difficult to work with And then just straight up paint, it's pretty thick. So let me know if you guys have ever done anything like this with your transition pieces or anything for that matter, you know, like inside your house it may have damaged and wanted to use some epoxy on. Epoxy is kind of the best stuff for this because it's way strong. Just got to be careful with it, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna end up getting some of this on the linoleum. I think I already did, but just trying to rush here. Get it done as quick as I can. Just wipe some of that up there. So this actually, I can't believe it, but this actually matches just darn near perfect. And had to make this transition piece because they don't make a transition piece this big as far as I know. So we made it, and it wasn't really out of hardwood. I can't remember what we used, but it wasn't out of hardwood. And of course, you don't use hardwood, it's gonna crack and chip out. And it's just the nature of the beast. So I think next time I do this, I will maybe not do the whole tube at once. So you kind of live and you kind of learn when it comes to this stuff, because this is starting to set up already. And I'm trying to get this on as quick as I can here because I don't want to waste it. This stuff's pretty expensive, so you don't want to waste it for sure. In fact, it's already starting to get to the point now where it's hard to work with. Now I got a hair on there. I got this all cleaned earlier, so. Yeah, this is getting a little bit difficult to work with. It's already starting to set up on me, so they probably give you just a little extra time, but not a lot, I'm imagining. So just gonna try and get this painted on there. I think I pretty much used it all already, so just gonna get this painted on here and smoothed out the best I can here. Like I said, I got the majority of this right where I want it, so I'm just smoothing it out now. A little bit of a hole still there. Try to get some in there if I can. Work it in there. Kind of a deep hole right here is where the worst I've got some on my other piece too. So I've got, like I said, I got another tube of this. And I bought 2 tubes just to see, but I think I'll end up buying probably just 2 more tubes, and I think we'll be good. But it's just gonna work out really good. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off the linoleum real quick. A little bit on the linoleum there, but not terrible. And it is pretty much set up already. Just got to use some wet paper towels to get it off of there. But like I said, I think we're it's gonna be perfect. Just exactly what I wanted. There. A little bit on the hardwood there, not bad. I may tape the other parts off, but I doubt it. I think I can just wipe this off. Fine. Epoxy's some pretty cool stuff, but if you don't get it worked in time, it is going to be impossible to fix. But like I said, I've got this perfect, and I've got the worst of it fixed. I got a couple of little spots right in here where it's cracked a little bit, but I'll get that fixed with the next tube. So should be able to pretty much finish fixing this whole side with that other tube, because I've got just a little bit down here to fix. So and like I said, the color matches just almost perfectly, so gonna be good. And then on this side I've got a few more, but it's not near as bad. They're chips, but this side will be a little easier to fix, I think. So got a few on this side. Like I said, we'll get this finished up, and I think I'll order me 2 more tubes of this, and it should fix my project. So pretty happy with that. So anyway, guys, I'll continue on here in a second. Alright, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get this next package. Like I said, this is what it looks like. JB Weld's always some pretty darn good stuff. I'll have to get me another couple of foam brushes, but anyway, yeah, just basically you just twist this off. There we go. Just kind of stuck on there. But anyway, yeah, you just twist that off, and then you can apply it or reattach it. Didn't actually realize this, but there was a little little mixer deal there that I didn't even notice. Either that or the other one didn't have it. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to use this to mix it with. Little popsicle stick there. So I think I'm just going to do the whole thing. I was able to get the whole thing done last time. I'm just going to mix this a lot quicker this time and get moving. So get that in there. Go ahead and get this mixed up real quick. Makes everything a little harder when you're trying to video as well, so that does make it a little trickier. So trying to get the camera set up so you guys got a good view of everything. Kind of makes it a little trickier. So I got my 2-year-old in there telling me all about it. So anyway, good, we'll set that right there. And we're gonna go ahead and get the camera. Hopefully I can get this camera set up quickly, so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Always makes it a little more difficult when you got a camera. You gotta video it, so maybe this is the way I'll do it right here. So I'm gonna make this quick so we don't run into any issues here. Kind of start where we left off over here. I'm gonna try to work a little bit faster than last time. And the reason I didn't use half of it is because I've only got this one foam brush left, and basically if I just only used half of it, I would be out of I wouldn't have another brush to do this with. So that's the reason I'm doing it like this. Something on my heel there. I don't know what the heck that was. That was weird. It's like the epoxy's trying to set up or something there. I don't know what that is. And I'll be able to come back and touch this, touch up any spots that I miss. cut chips all the way over to the edge of the wall here, but we sure managed to do it. So kind of frustrating for sure. Already starting to set up on me, so I gotta kind of hustle here. Epoxy's a pretty cool tool to use, but like I said, you gotta really hustle sometimes if you're running out of time, like we are right now. That is weird. Got something in there that is getting caught in my epoxy for some reason. I'm not sure what the heck it is. It's on this side too. I'm not sure what the heck that is. Get it off of there, whatever the heck it is. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this side. Epoxy's pretty well set up. I'm just gonna dab on the last bit of this. I'm gonna have to call it good. There's definitely something on there in that bottle or something that was causing it to almost looks like little dried up pieces of paint that was in there. Very weird. The other two didn't have that, so I'm not sure what the hell that was. So go ahead and wipe up a little bit of this epoxy that was on the edge. There's a piece of that right there. I'm not sure what the hell that is. I'll just show you guys what it is. I don't know if you can see it, but it's almost like it was dried paint or something. Not perfect, so, but it is a whole lot better. And my main concern here is that my wood stays strong. So my main purpose of this whole deal is, you know, once it starts cracking, once the wood starts cracking, you don't do something to it, it's going to crack all the way, and then I'll have to replace this whole piece, and that is not what I'm wanting to do. So yeah, this section here is pretty well done. There's just a few little spots here that I'll have to dab on. But yeah, I think that's going to work really, really well. Let me get you guys a little bit better close-up of it, so you can see how it looks. Pretty slick though. It matches the other paint that I use perfectly. So there's just a few little spots on this one, and then I'll be able to move over to the other one. So Anyway, guys, I'll have a continuation of the video once I get the other epoxy. All right, guys, getting you a close-up of this, but I'm really liking how this turned out. Color matches perfectly. I don't think it's completely dry yet, but yeah, I'm loving it. And it's going to reinforce my transition piece, so it's not going to break anymore. So I got a little bit of touching up to do on this one, but this one's 99% done. So anyway, guys. Alright guys, check the BAKO'S Custom One. I'm going to go ahead and finish this transitional piece here. And it's just basically a piece of molding that I custom made, but long story short, it just kept getting run over by a bassinet for our baby, but it kind of chipped the wood out, and it doesn't help that it's softer wood, so I thought I had a strong enough wood, but it was not the case. And I'm just using this JB weld, and it's dark gray, and it's a 6-minute deal, so you gotta kind of work fast with this stuff. I've been using these little disposable, they're like 79 cents, those little disposable cushions to kind of paint it on there. And you gotta, like I said, you gotta work kind of fast. I'm gonna wipe this down really quick just to make sure I don't got any dust or debris on the molding. So it's pretty clean already. Like I said, I was doing this last night, and I actually forgot. I mean, kind of late at night, and I actually forgot that I had done it or was relaxing, and then I came and walked in here, and basically it wasn't completely set up yet, and kind of screwed up a little piece of it. So I'm just gonna fix that little piece, and then just finish up this part of it. I've got another whole transitional piece on the other side I need to work on as well. This is kind of nice. I think I already showed this to you, but I'll show it to you again. It's basically got a twist cap on here, so you can just pull that off. Makes it pretty nice. So just pull that off, and if you don't want to do a whole bunch at once, you know, you can just do a little bit at a time. The only problem is I've got this brush, and I don't want to waste a bunch of brushes, so I'm just going to work fast and get this done. So we'll go ahead and get this all worked out quickly. Put this in the trash. Get it mixed up really quick, and then we'll get this painted on. So this product's really good. I've been pretty impressed with it so far. So pretty happy with it. The last tube had a little bit of, almost seemed like little plastic pieces or something where it just got hard, and I don't know, this, hopefully this one doesn't have the same thing in here. They give you this little popsicle stick here to work with as well, to kind of get it stirred up good. But anyway, I'm going to start right here where I stepped on it last night and kind of screwed it up. So I'm going to go ahead and get going here, because you don't got a lot of time to work with this stuff. It's pretty quick, and you gotta get her on there where you want. Yeah, see, this one has the same thing. It has like the white part of this epoxy's gotten hard or something. I don't know what the heck that is. The last tube was the same thing, and I tell you what, the first tube was fine. It's just this seemed like this tube's got the same issue where it's got dried out or something's going on. I'm not really sure sure what happened there. So you just gotta, just recommend you just kind of fish it out of there. Like I said, if you end up getting it on something you don't want, just get you a wet paper towel and dab it off. It generally wipes off for a good little while, so can't complain too much about that. It's pretty good that way. So it's just only thing is you gotta work pretty quick. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You gotta work fast, but you want it to look nice. See, there's another piece of that. It's almost like film or something that's in there. It's really strange. Like I said, the first two did not have it, but this one has it, and the last one I did have it as well. So anyway, I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know if it's just because it's getting extreme weather when it's shipped or what the deal is, but it's kind of unfortunate. I just found another piece of that I didn't get fished out of the last time I did it, so may just have to use my knife or something and just, see, there's another piece of it. So I guess as far as my review goes, not too happy. I'm not too happy about the pieces of plastic or whatever the hell that is in there. So that's so weird. So just trying to rush her, and I definitely could work a lot faster if I didn't have to worry about fishing out little pieces of, I don't know what it even is, honestly. My 2-year-old in there, he's just having a blast playing with his toys. So about got this one finished here. Just kind of painting it on there, just kind of like paint, I guess. Cool thing about this is it's kind of shiny, and I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not perfect, so, but it's like really durable, and it's perfect for this transition piece. So really liking it so far, the way it's looking. Basically, I've got all this painted on here where I want it. I think we're just just about perfect here. And you just gotta remember not to walk over it by accident. I actually thought it was cured because it had been like an hour, but it's not. 6 minutes to set up, but it's not fully cured until I think it's like 6 hours. I think is what it says on there. So just got to keep that in mind so you don't go walk on it like I did. So now what I'm going to do is grab a paper towel and wipe up all my overflow there. So paper towel works really good, and it generally comes right off too. So that's kind of cool. So just got to be careful not to take it off the wood. I got a little on the linoleum or a little on the hardwood. I'm not too overly concerned about it, because I don't want to wipe it off. I don't want to wipe it off the wood. So I'm gonna keep it on the wood, or keep it on the. I guess that was right. Keep it on the wood. So. A little bit down here. I got on the hardwood. Not terrible. Like I said, I think it's gonna probably just come off anyway. It's really thin and yep. Most of it off there, so there might be just a hair there that I missed, but got most of it. It's all looking pretty good. I think it looks about 1,000 times better than what it did, because it was looking pretty darn rough. I got a few little spots over here I think I missed on this right hand side here, and like I said, when I undo the next when I mix up the next thing of epoxy, I'll just hit that real quick, because sometimes you get in a hurry and you miss a few things. But like I said, this piece is pretty much done. I'll give you a little close up of it so you can see how it looks. Just kind of zoom in here. So yeah, go along here, really shiny. Like I said, it's not perfect, but not really going for perfect. It's wood, so the little imperfections in there and stuff kind of make it look pretty cool, I think. So we're gonna be heading over to this section next. I'm gonna wipe it down. And all these transition pieces I made out of really long pieces of wood. So basically, it wasn't hardwood. So I'm gonna have to basically make it like hardwood. So this epoxy is really gonna harden up, just pretty much hard as steel, and make this really last a long time. So I kind of wish I would have thought of that and used this instead of the just the stain that I used to begin with. So anyway, go ahead and pause this and we'll get ready for the next piece here. All right, guys, we're just gonna go ahead and get this side cleaned up. Just always make sure you're cleaning your area before you put the epoxy down. So it's going to make it stick that much better. So that's what we want. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the next batch mixed up here. Hopefully this one don't have the pieces of plastic in it, but every one of them so far has had that, so really strange. First two didn't have it, but let's see if this one has it. Three-year-old there, he's just having fun, so still can't get over how well this matches that gray that I had. So I may have to order another tube of this. I just been ordering 2 at a time, so I didn't order too many of them. So said this seems to be working really good so far. Not only just filling the gouges, because those wheels on that bassinet, just after a while they just locked up on me, and we just kept dragging it across here, and it just kept damaging the soft wood. Just wasn't made for dragging that across there. So but as you can tell, just a million times better, and it's going to be really strong too, so kind of hard to get this focused when I'm zoomed in, but yeah, it's kind of what it looks like. Alright, so like I said, it's not perfect. Like, it's not a full coat all the way across, so it's just filling in the holes. So, and it's a little heavier in some spots because kind of filling in those cracks. So anyway, I think, like I said, I'm going to get a couple more tubes of this, and I'll finish this one off, make it a little more, kind of get a coat all the way across there so it looks a little more even, and it'll be a little stronger as well. But yeah, for this coat, I was just working on the you know, the really bad spots. So anyway, guys. Hey guys, Chad with BAKO'S Custom Lawn, and I just wanted to thank you for watching our videos, and especially this video. And I just wanted to get into how you can support our channel. Obviously, you can like, subscribe, share with your friends, but we also have merch that you can buy. Most of those are linked in the videos that you watch on my channel. I did want to also get into the content of my channel. If you noticed, you know, when you tune into my channel, it's not all about lawn care, and that's by design. I definitely didn't want to have your run-of-the-mill lawn care channel. It gets kind of old. I mean, I've watched a million of them, you know, and that's pretty much all they do. Lawn care this, lawn care that. This is how we do this. I thought, well, I didn't really want my channel to be all about that. I wanted it to be a little bit about everything, you know, that we might encounter in our daily lives. Like, you know, we have dinner with our friends. We like to cook on the grill. You know, we buy TVs, we buy technology. You know, there's just a million different things that we do every day. You know, we upgrade our lawn trailers. We buy new equipment, you know, so basically on my channel, you're going to see a whole bunch of that kind of stuff. Video games, you know, all kind of stuff. So that's what I wanted to have on my channel, not just lawn care related things. So hopefully that keeps it interesting for you guys, makes you want to support the channel, because I really enjoy making content for YouTube and TikTok. So basically, yeah, that's pretty much my channel identity. And if you guys like that kind of stuff, like I said, try to support our channel, like, subscribe, share, buy the merch, and that helps me create this kind of content for you guys.